Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more news from the Golden State Warriors, but before that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. The Warriors lost another game and are not having a good start to the season. If the Warriors are to become favorites, some changes to the squad will be necessary. And this could happen through exchanges, even though Paulo is a star and is playing well, but not at the same level as he already played. He will probably be exchanged in the middle of the season. The Warriors are facing a dilemma of problems with their stars. Gilbert Arenas comes to Chris Paul's defense after Scott Foster ejection. Gilbert Arenas kept it real while defending Warriors guard Chris Paul after being ejected by NBA referee Scott Foster. Golden State Warriors point guard Chris Paul has had beef with referee Scott Foster for a long time. The newest chapter of this odd player-referee rivalry was written on Wednesday night when Paul, after being called for a bump foul on former Phoenix Suns teammate Kevin Durant, was called for 2 technical fouls in quick succession after running his mouth incessantly at the official. Paul, now with the Warriors, clearly has had enough of Foster, even calling him a B*******H before leaving the court due to an ejection. Now former NBA player Gilbert Arenas is weighing in on the scenario. Says Arenas on situation that unfolded during Warriors vs Suns, "If I'm a player, I'm playing a game that's emotional. When I don't control my emotions, a ref can give me a technical. Whatever I said to him irritated him so bad that he didn't control his emotions and he gave me a tech. So, my emotions led to him being emotional, but he gets to give me a tech for it and that's fine." How? Even though Chris Paul only played in 3 seasons for the Suns, fans are still familiar with Paul's beef with Scott Foster. For years, Paul was unable to win a playoff game with Foster officiating, even carrying a 13-game losing streak with him in last year's playoffs, before snapping that skid with a win over the Los Angeles Clippers in Game 2 of the first round. He was moved to the Warriors this offseason. Chris Paul says his issue with Scott Foster is personal and involves his son. Chris Paul was ejected from Golden State's 123-115 loss to the Phoenix Suns after his beef with official Scott Foster flared up again. After the game, Paul provided some insight regarding his issues with Foster. Paul had been called for a foul while guarding Kevin Durant late in the second quarter. He complained to Foster for about 30 seconds and was called for a technical foul. After Paul complained, Foster called the guard for a second technical, which triggered an automatic ejection. Paul was seen calling Foster a disrespectful word after his ejection. Chris Paul was ejected from Golden State's 123-115 loss to the Phoenix Suns after his beef with official Scott Foster flared up again. After the game, Paul provided some insight regarding his issues with Foster. Paul had been called for a foul while guarding Kevin Durant late in the second quarter. He complained to Foster for about 30 seconds and was called for a technical foul. After Paul complained, Foster called the guard for a second technical, which triggered an automatic ejection. Paul was seen calling Foster a disrespectful word after his ejection. "It's personal. We had a situation some years ago, and it's personal," Paul said. "The league knows, everybody knows, and it's been a meeting and all that. It's a situation with my son and so, yeah. I'm okay with a ref talking, saying whatever, just don't use a tech to get your point across. I gotta do a better job making sure I stay on the floor for my teammates. But, yeah, that's that." Paul said that there was even a meeting with Foster involving Paul's family, another official and former Clippers coach Doc Rivers. "Yeah. They know what it is, he know what it is too. I had a meeting with him, my dad, Doc Rivers, Bob Delaney and all that. When I was with the Clippers. It was a whole thing, man. It's been a thing for a while. The issues have been going on for so long that maybe the league needs to host a meeting or mediation between the two parties. An issue between an official and a well-known player should never be such a big talking point.